what can the private sector expect to gain in the immediate term, if there's anything they need to gain? I know it will be a requirement, but is there any gain in adopting EPR practices?
What we are asking, actually, many of them will save, because what we are asking them is that if a company was packaging their product using glass, plastic, and aluminium, for example, we are asking them, please rethink your packaging, so that you don't have to package them in different types of packaging, but you just use maybe glass only. Okay, and so what we are presenting to the private sector is an opportunity to make a decision on what they need. And by the time you decide on what you need, you would have considered even all those costs. And definitely you will go for the option that is contributing to cost cutting. So we expect that there will be a lot of cost cutting when they have adopted the circular economy. We are not proposing that they bring in very expensive technology from abroad. What we are asking them is, please rethink your production processes, rethink your products, and make sure that everything that you are doing is the processes are at the lowest cost. Okay, your material is recyclable. When you go to the recyclable, you go for the recycler who can charge you the least. That means your packaging will be made in such a way that it attracts minimal costs in terms of recycling. So at the end of the day, the polluter pay principle, which is ideally supposed to be enforced for every product, now with the EPR regulation, when they are together, you have peers to consult. The government will give them technical support. We even have our partners from other countries, such as Netherlands, such as Denmark, who are willing to support us technically to make sure that the private sector in Kenya, the producers, are well advised to cut down on their costs, so that they pay less in the polluter pay principle.
Yeah. There's something you mentioned,
yes,
about the stuff that we ship out because for better management,
yes,
like the monitors.
Yes.
And those jobs being shipped out, because wherever they go, they'll create jobs on that other side.
You know, with the EPR regulation, it encourages investment in management of those items. You know, before, there was nobody who was willing to pay for disposal of such items. Now, the same company that is abroad will now have to compete with some local people, because now if you invest and the law gives you an opportunity to ask for money from the producers for processing that waste, then you realize that it's a viable business opportunity. So we are expecting that from now on, the private sector guys will study the whole value chain for even that electronic waste, and we will have new investors to come and invest to handle that problematic fraction, because now the compensation is assured through the producer responsibility organization.